everyone. Welcome to today's information session on relieving leg fatigue and leg tightness with stretching. My name is Macy Lee, and I'm the manager of science and programs for Curves. Now, I love when these sessions are interactive, so let me know in the chat if you have ever experienced leg fatigue or leg tightness. Oh, starting to see some yeses come through, which means you guys are in the right place. If you have any questions as we go along today, please feel free to put them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer them as we go along. Leg pain is certainly no fun. When your thigh muscles and hamstrings and calves are injured or tight, you really don't feel like doing anything, much less heading over to Curves for your full body workout. Once you've ruled out an illness or an injury as its root cause, you can treat leg tightness and fatigue with some great at-home remedies. One of the best things you can do to relieve leg pain or tightness is to simply stretch. Leg stretches such as a hamstring stretch or a calf stretch can do wonders for your sore legs. Our legs naturally get tired as a side effect of getting older. Leg fatigue isn't usually a cause for concern, but it's something that we need to keep an eye on. So let's talk about some possible causes of leg pain. Number one, poor circulation. This could be caused by a medical condition such as varicose veins, peripheral artery disease, or even chronic venous insufficiencies. Too much or too little exercise. Both a sedentary lifestyle and overtraining, and yes, there is a such thing as overtraining, can contribute to leg fatigue. Being overweight or obese kind of states that the more weight your legs have to carry, the more tired they're going to get. And then, of course, restless leg syndrome. When your legs move throughout the night, they may be fatigued when you wake up in the morning. Doing proper leg stretches can relieve tight muscles and increase flexibility. So let's quickly review some that will help your legs combat feeling tired and sore. Number one is a standing hamstring stretch. We want to start by standing up nice and tall, shoulders over hips. We're going to place our right foot forward about 6 inches in front of us and then slightly bend our left knee, bringing our hips back and down. Place your hands either on your right leg or on your hips and then hinge forward, keeping that neutral spine. You want to hold this for about 15 to 30 seconds and make sure you continue to breathe as you hold this, and then switch and do the other side. Another great hamstring stretch you can do from your laying down on your back. You can lay on a flat surface with your legs straight out in front of you. You're going to bring your right leg up and reach up for your calf. If you can't quite reach your calf, you can always use a towel to wrap around and then gently pull that leg towards you. Again, you want to make sure that you continue to breathe as you hold this stretch for about 15 to 30 seconds and then repeat on the other side. And don't be surprised if one side is more flexible than the other. We also have a standing calf stretch. We want to stand at about arm's distance from a wall and place our palms flat against that wall. We want to keep one leg back. So we'll say our right leg is back behind us with our leg straight, pressing that heel into the floor. And then our front leg is going to be bent. So we're going to slightly bend our elbows and bend our front leg to extend that stretch. And then gently move your hips forward, keeping that back heel down to lengthen that stretch even more. Again, make sure you continue to breathe as you hold this, and you want to hold again for 15 to 30 seconds. And then there's a seated calf stretch. From a seated position on the floor, your legs straight out in front of you, you're going to place one foot into the looped resistance band and hold onto the band with both hands. Then you're going to pull your toes back towards your shin to really stretch out that calf. Again, hold for about 15 to 30 seconds and then repeat on the other side. Now, beyond the leg stretches and strengthening exercises, there are a few other general tips that may also help. One, proper footwear that has good arch support and ankle support is key. You want to follow a healthy eating plan, and believe it or not, make sure you're getting the recommendation of water every day. When your legs feel tired, it's okay to take a break. You want to limit your intakes of inflammatories such as salt, sugar, and alcohol. And if you're a smoker, consider quitting. You also may want to use compression socks or try massages. A good warm Epsom salt bath is always good. And of course, practice the RICE method, and that is rest, ice, compression, and elevation anytime you're experiencing leg fatigue. Now, if these symptoms of sore and tired legs don't get better, always consult your primary care provider. Your Curves coach can also suggest some additional leg stretches and strengthening exercises to help with sore and tired legs. Plus, our at-home workout, My Curves on Demand, has an entire category devoted to stretching and recovery. Ask your Curves coach for details or visit us online at curves.com or mycurvesondemand.com. Now, what a better way to get rid of those tired legs than connecting with a community of women at Curves who share the same goals as you do. Thank you all for joining us today, and I hope you'll join us next week when we discuss body types, endomorph, mesomorph, and ectomorph.